hell did we just watch? This Texans offense was one of the most inept offenses I've ever seen in my time covering this franchise. I mean, a 27-19 loss where you honestly shouldn't have even been this close in this game. The defense gave you chance after chance, even though they did get burned by Jackson Smith-Njigba on multiple occasions, but they gave you 4 turnovers, and you couldn't capitalize off of it. CJ Stroud, this offense, they never got it together. And week 7, this was supposed to be the week that we turned it around. This was supposed to be the time where the Texans, were able to all come together and say, hey, we're back on the right track. For the second time in franchise history and the second time in the 20th century, the Texans are going to go 0-3 and make the playoffs. I don't know about that anymore. I don't know. But what I do know is I will bring you Texans content every stinking day all year long, and this is a place for you to vent. Down in the comment section, hit me up in the DMs. If you need a place to vent, if you're frustrated with this Texans team, I'm right there with you. You're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button to Texans Today for daily Texans content all year long. All right, let's get into my 5 takeaways, my instant reactions from this Texans awful loss on Monday Night Football. And I'll just say this. I don't ever want to see the Texans on another primetime game. Take them off. They are meant for 12 o'clock on Sundays. We already got screwed by it being a 9 o'clock kickoff, but I'm done seeing this team in primetime. They don't deserve it. They don't. The coaching staff, for one, got out-coached all 3 levels of the game. I mean, you got some takeaways on defense, a couple lucky ones at that as well, but the Seahawks are beating you on offense. You had no answers whenever the Seahawks were coming after C.J. Stroud and this Texans offense was trying to move the football. At the end of the game, there's, 2:10 left, 2:05 left? You either onside kick it or you kick it out of the back of the end zone, kick it out of bounds. Caley kicks it right to him. They return it. Goes underneath the 2-minute warning. You lose basically an extra timeout that way. It is just so frustrating watching this Texans team. And you know what? I want to hear from you folks at home. I said this is a place to vent, and I meant it. Go down below. What's your one-word reaction to the Texans' loss to the Seattle Seahawks? Let me know down in the comment section. After this YouTube ad break, I'll give you my one-word reaction, my one word that I have for the Texans after this loss. Pathetic. I think this Texans offense was pathetic up against Seattle. And how many times do you have to start at the 50-yard line? How many times do you have to, be in plus position and not score the flippin' football? That leads me to my second takeaway. I didn't think I would say this in a million years. Caley is worse than Slowik. Nick Caley is worse than Bobby Slowik. And the, buddy system, good old boys, Houston Texans, with Nick Caserio hiring his best buddies for all these positions has fucked us. Absolutely. Straight up the ass. This offense was so bad. 3.7 yards a carry. You're averaging 3.7 yards a play, 3.3 yards a carry. You threw a pick. You lost the time of possession. You run a stretch run to the left, zone run to the left, zone run to the left on 3rd and 4th down behind Laken Tomlinson. Back-to-back plays to go. Turnover on downs. And then you're at the 1-yard line, Nick Caley. Then you're at the 1-yard line, and you say, you know what? We're not going to QB sneak it. We're not going to do any of that. We'll run back-to-back play-action passes from the 1 fucking yard line. Just QB sneak it. And, I mean, that leads me to this next point. With Caley, it was supposed to help Stroud. Stroud looks lost. The best he was, and my theory was, the best he looked was the drive where the Texans were going hurry up. And I think that's because Stroud might have just been calling the plays. It was just you know what? Let's just run it. Let's keep on going. Because when they set up Stroud looks completely lost. 23 of 49, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 59 QB rating. I mean, he has progressively gotten worse and worse since maybe midway through. He was good in the. I would say he was pretty good in the playoffs last year, but I mean, this year, every game it looks like it's just, besides the Ravens game, it's just shit. I mean, the Titans game first half was bad. You had the second half against the Titans, the Ravens game. Besides that, C.J. Stroud doesn't look like a top 20 quarterback in the NFL for the majority of this season. And I have been the one to just go up and down defending C.J. Stroud, defending DeMeco Ryans, defending this Texans team. I mean, at some point, you got to show up. And regardless of whether or not the offensive line, the play calling's been bad, all of that together has affected C.J. Stroud. He's let it affect him. He's missing guys on throws. He's rushing throws. He doesn't have the anticipation anymore. Those throws, there was one to Nico Collins that ended up getting picked. Anticipation throw over the middle. He's getting hit while he throws it, and obviously his timing's off. Everything is off with C.J. Stroud right now. And I don't know what the answer is, but I know sure as hell it's not Nick Caley. Now, coming up, I have a couple more takeaways, but I couldn't do today's show if it wasn't for our sponsor over at Prize Picks. Get started today with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app out there. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is super simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. Now, obviously, I had hope in the Texans, so I lost my lineup because stupid me, I thought the Texans would be decent. Nico Collins injured in this game, did not return with a concussion. Jackson Smith-Njigba torched us, and Sam Darnold, he got less on the passing yards, but either way, this Texans team absolutely screwed me. But that's okay. We have more to come. Make sure you download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Shout out to them. Even though I didn't win, still had fun watching my lineup, and I'll definitely be making some more lineups in the future. My next takeaway, as I mentioned in my talking about my Prize Picks lineup, JSN torched us. Jackson Smith-Njigba. I mean, it was awful. It was awful. I mean, I 123 yards on 8 receptions and a touchdown. No matter who the Texans put his way, Kamari Lassiter, Derek Stingley, he was working everybody. And we all said that was going to be the premier matchup this week. Can the Texans secondary slow down JSN? The answer is no. The answer is no. The Texans defense, they got turnovers and they got stops and they did what they needed to do to even have the Texans in this game. So I don't even want to, have the back half of this episode even make me pretend like I'm blaming the loss on the defense, because JSN, he's torched every team he's played this year. He's probably a top 3 receiver in the NFL alongside Jamar Chase, alongside of Justin Jefferson. I think he's on that level at this point. He's that good. But still, it was just hard watching this Texans defense, this Texans secondary just get outclassed by JSN in Week 7. Probably not high, but Texans play the 49ers in Week 8. It looks like it'll be Mac Jones, not Brock Purdy. I don't know if that's better or worse for this Texans team. Your confidence level going into Week 8, 3. I'm at a 3 right now. The 49ers defense, they looked good this past week. The Texans offense, they continue to struggle anytime they play a team that actually, is worth a damn. So I'm at a 3. Let me know, though, your confidence level Week 8 against the 49ers. It's a home game, so maybe that'll help. But I think as long as Caley's on the sideline, nothing's really going to be easy for this Texans team. But I do want to end you on a bright spot, because the one thing I will say in this game is the Texans defense never gave up. They made plays when they needed to. Will Anderson Jr. got you a touchdown on a strip sack. You got an interception from Stingley. You got another fumble recovery at the 50-yard line. You got an interception from Kalen Bullock. This defense, throughout everything, even with playing one of the top receivers in the National Football League, they gave you 110% effort the entire game till the very end of the game. Yes, it ended on the personal foul from Tim Settle, but hey, I'll take that. Him trying to move the pile, jump on the pile, rather than just standing there with his hands on his hips. I kind of thought it was somewhat of a bogus call, but at the end of the day, the Texans didn't earn this victory. They didn't deserve to win this game. With how many chances they had on offense and how inept, how bad this Texans offense looked, they did not deserve to win this game. No matter how hard the defense was trying to keep this Texans team in the game, they just couldn't do it. I mean, you had so many things go your way. The Seahawks had so many penalties. You blocked a field goal going into halftime, and you got 3 points off of it. I don't know where the Texans offense goes from here. I don't know where the Texans team goes from here, but some changes need to be made. Something along the offensive line, something along the coaching staff, something needs to happen, or else we're just going to keep on seeing this same result for the rest of the season for our Houston Texans. That's all I have for you on today's show, folks. If you want to make sure you hit me up on Twitter, you can do so at Jeremy Chugs. And if you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that sub button. Daily Texans videos all year long. The best Texans coverage here on YouTube.